Hello everybody, it is Friday the 31st of October and happy Halloween everybody. Yes, I'm back. Folks, I've thought about this and I actually owe you an apology to those of you that have been following me all this time. I do get discouraged at times, I really do. You know, looking at my viewing numbers, looking at the time that I'm spending here. But it has occurred to me that if I say now, well, if I don't get 1,000 views, if I don't get thousands of views, I will not speak at all. Which means I do not value the ones that do listen to me. And I apologize for that. I owe you an apology. You do matter. We all matter. So I will continue. And if there's only 30 people hearing me and following me, then so be it. We matter. You matter. And I seem to have forgotten that. I'm sorry. So, today, I want to talk about self-determination, spiritual self-determination, to be the master of the mysteries. That's what they called it in ancient times, to be the master of the mysteries. And again, to show you how what has been taught, especially by the New Agers, but a lot of others as well, is a false light. It is the devil's lie, the way that the devil lies, because his lies are always the best because it is partly truth. Yeah, a half-truth is the best lie. And that's how they're operating. Right. I was thinking yesterday about a conversation again I had with my Jehovah's Witnesses workmate. We were talking about aliens. About this whole alien thing that is going on. And she was sitting there and saying, yes, alien life does exist, but only in microbial form. Yeah, so we are the only fully fledged human organism. In other worlds and other places, there's only microbial life as alien life. And what happened there was very, very clear to me. I mean, that came from her church, obviously. That came from her church. She was indoctrinated into there's only microbial life on other planets. That's the only alien life that exists. And as I said, what happened was very clear to me because there is an awful lot of pressure at the moment with all these stories, with all that knowledge coming in. So, they had to loosen their restrictions a bit. Yeah? They gave them a bit of expansion, allowing a bit of expansion. Yes, there is alien life. That's the expansion. But there's only microbial life. There's a restriction, and it is really to here and no further. Yeah? We're allowing you a little bit of leeway here, but don't go any further. Or else you will be dragged in front of the elders and you're probably sitting at the back of the church being shunned by everybody. Because that's what they do. There's a fear, a punishment for going further than you're allowed to go. And here's the thing. David Icke is right. He's got it in so many ways. He just hasn't got the full picture. To him, full expansion is still the only way. And to hell with the consequences. Which is not right. But he is right in that there are restrictions being imposed on us on how far we are allowed to think. And those restrictions are being posed by what he calls the cabal, the powers that be. that are directing us through what we are allowed to know. Go toward the light, but don't go any further. Now, the bringing of knowledge, the expansion of awareness. If you have self-determination, and that is what I said to my friend at work, that's why I do not join a church, because I want to be free to think. I want to have the freedom to think for myself, which they clearly don't have. Right, but here comes the expansion into the light, the expansion into knowledge, the expansion into knowledge of others. One aspect. What is the regulating force that allows us to see? And that is, within ourselves. And to me, that it is like we have shutters going up and down. The light is there, the light is all around us, it is within us, it is all around us. All is all around us. But there are shutters regulating how much of it we see. Yeah, and those are, in biblical terms, the satanic forces. The shutters that go up and down, that block out the light or allow the light to go in. And that is probably the only regulating force. So if you say we are in a satanic matrix, yes, I think we are. Because it is regulated by that which blocks the light. That is the force that determines what we see. Again, who's operating the shutters? Are we operating the shutters, or are they? Who determines what it is we see and what we don't? There is self-determination, but self-determination is operating the shutters, restraining the light. Now, see, it is not a case of, somebody is restraining the knowledge at the moment, they are operating the shutters, and the only way to freedom is for us to let the shutters down completely. Yeah? See, that's what seems to be at the moment. It's all or nothing. It's all or nothing. Either we put them all the way up, we know nothing, we're in darkness, or we go into full enlightenment. Let the shutters all the way down, let everything come in, and that's the moment you fry. You will fry. So we only see a fraction of the light. We only see a small part of reality. That is absolutely necessary for us to function. So the question is not if we see all of reality, it is the question of what part of reality do we see and who is regulating that. It's not a question of all. What has been taught or allowed, and here I come griping about the viewing numbers again, and I will gripe about the viewing numbers. Those that get thousands of views, especially the New Agers, they are preaching let the shutters down all the way into full enlightenment. Yeah, be one with the Creator. You are not going to be one with the Creator. There are no drops in the ocean. There are no drops in the ocean. The drop enters into the ocean, the drop is destroyed. It bursts its bubble and it spills out its guts into the ocean. The drop does no longer exist, and that is exactly what will happen. But they are the ones that are preaching that and showing the ways. There's the next thing, they're showing the way. Kundalini yoga, deep meditation, or whatever way. thousands of different ways of bursting your bubble. They are the ones that are getting the viewing numbers, and that is obviously regulated. And it seems to me that as well, you seek enlightenment here, we are open the gates. You can go all the way to destruction. That's the only thing that seems to be allowed. If we go into spirituality, we're only allowed to go all the way to destruction, or not at all. There's nothing there to say regulate the light, cause restrictions, be in control of your own shutters. That is true mastery. Mastery is not just knowing how to let them all the way down. True mastery is being able to stop it and to determine yourself where it stops. That is true mastery of yourself. That is being a master. There's another thing in this world at the moment that I wanted to talk about, and that is bloody megalomaniacs like Trump and Netanyahu and the likes. Yeah? Again, they have one knowledge. In biblical terms, yes, that is the knowledge of Yahweh. The knowledge of war. That's all they know. I wonder if, I doubt if Trump could grow a seed to save his life. He knows, Trump knows about money. That's all he knows. Which is a good bedfellow with those that know only about war. They're making, as I said, perfect bedfellows at the moment. Again, what they know is extremely restricted. And they're believing themselves to be the fullness, which they're obviously not. They're full of something, but not light. And they are not restrained in what it is they're doing. Yeah, we can, therefore we shall. There's nothing stopping us, not even themselves, which is what should stop them. Their humanity, which is a restriction, should stop them. And it doesn't. Again, being swept away by what you can do does not make you a master. If you are being swept away by what you can do, you are not in control. That means you are not master. It has the mastery of you. You're being ruled over by what it is you can do, but you're not the master of it, because you cannot stop it. Last example, it's like driving a car. A high-powered sports car is what we're doing at the moment. And what we're being taught is how to put the foot on the gas pedal. That's all we're being told. Put your foot on the gas and to hell with the consequences. To have mastery of the car, you would need to know where the brakes are, and you would need to know how the steering works. The also enlightened one, at the moment, all they know is the gas pedal. And I mean, we can all have an educated guess how that is going to end. If you have no steering and no brakes. So, back to the beginning. There is a restriction of the light, of energy, of knowledge, of all of those things. They are there for a purpose. To create a world. We are not built to take in all, because we are not all. We are only a part, and we can only take in part before we fry. There need to be the restrictions. There are, as I said, this is satanic forces. The ones that hold you back, the ones that speak against. That is putting the brakes on the shutters. You are the one that should determine what it is you want to know, what it is you can know, what it is that would serve you. And then to have full mastery of this, full mastery of self, because it's happening within ourselves. We are the machine that's doing it. Is to learn how, not only how to put the shutters down, but how to put on the brakes. I say devil's lie is a half-truth. I show you the gas pedal, darling. Never mind the rest, it's an illusion and it's imprisoning you. Yeah. Now I think why this is so important at the moment. Because there is something happening. There is an increase of energy. There is an increase of knowledge that comes with that energy. I'm not sure. I mean, and I really think we are looking at it when we look at the electromagnetic field going down. I think that is one of the depictions of what is actually happening within ourselves. To withstand that storm, to withstand the storm of energy and knowledge, you would need to know how to put your shutters up. To only let in what actually serves you. And you are the one that's determining it. You are the judge of where your shutters should be. And if we do not learn to withstand that storm, we're going to be swept away by it. And that is not self-determination. And I think the main event has not even happened yet. I don't think it has. Yeah? So the light is coming, the energy is coming. We should become masters of the mysteries before that happens. And that is learning how to put the shutters up. To withstand the storm. The other thing is, this is a bit far out, but is it inevitable that the electromagnetic field shall collapse? Are we actually in some way working toward it coming down? Are we connected to that? And it is our shutters coming down that is bringing that thing down. I think there is, again, that it's a part of both. There is a natural event that is happening. But again, in biblical terms, it says God will not give you more than you can handle. Yeah? So I think there is a natural restriction for this world that will only allow that much of it to come in naturally. To, yes, evolve us to another state. Slowly, evolution in this world happens slowly. So everything, you get a jolt and then everything balances itself out again. So I think there is a natural event, but it shouldn't be as catastrophic as I think it is going to be at the moment. And I think what makes it so utterly catastrophic is us. We are influencing it, we are bringing it down too far. And we're being told to do that because somehow, more and more and more is better. Sometimes less is more. So, but that, again, it is deliberately done. We are deliberately being told to keep shown how to put the shutters down and keep them down. And unless we find self-determination, self-restraint, we are going to fry. But then the question is, if we are going on a way of putting our shutters up, at least a bit, would that have an impact on the overall picture, like the magnetic field? Do we have to go into total destruction? Or as if we are partly involved in what is happening, that means we can actually do something about it. It's not something that has to happen. It's something that we can stop. Not completely, I would say, but to a point where it does not have to be total mass destruction. And here it is. Right now, I think spiritual teachings, the way they are taught, they are a weapon of mass destruction. Spiritual warfare. Spiritual weapons of mass destruction. All of you darlings, let your shutters down and go into the light and fry. Right, folks, those were my thoughts for today. Again, let me apologize for not valuing you. It was wrong of me. It was wrong what I said. If there's only 30 of us going forward, and let's go. And I'll see you again soon. Bye.